Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joey. Kris is behind the camera.
Hey guys.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about an update on the well, update on the loader, and to show you a couple of things that's going on around what we're doing this weekend, which today is New Year's Eve day, and we're here at the farm. One of the things we got going on here today is we want to go through this brush pile, pull anything we can to choose for firewood, and put that to the side and burn the brush pile tonight for New Year's Eve. So for right now, let's look at the trees we brung here, show you what we're doing with them to protect them from the winter cold. So here's where I'm putting the chestnut trees. We have a few grafted apple trees. We have some red or dogwood. We have some American plum. And we have a few persimmon in here and a few pawpaws. So what we did was I found a guy that was selling, well, first I went and got a 1 yard of topsoil. It cost me $60. And that was nowhere near enough to cover these trees. So then I saw on Facebook Marketplace there was a guy selling composted sawdust, and he filled up my whole dump truck, which you've seen my dump truck before. It's not a big dump truck, it's a 1.5 ton dump truck. He filled that up with that composted sawdust for $40, and that was more than plenty to finish covering these trees. And the reason we're covering these is we're trying to protect the roots from the cold winter. It hasn't, today is December 31st and it has not been that bad, but next week we're supposed to get into single digits for like 5 or 6 days. So we wanted to protect these roots the best we could, and we buried them in this compost and this topsoil. Now I'm still selling these online, so if somebody contacts me wanting some, I just pull them out of the pots. I'll just pull the pots out of the ground and sell them, or if somebody wants me to ship them to them, I will pull them out, shake the dirt off, and ship them as bare root chestnut trees. So before we start talking about the loader, let's talk about the reason we came here. And earlier I did say weekend, but actually we've been here Monday, today's Tuesday, and we'll be here tomorrow. We'll leave tomorrow evening. But we actually came here to split firewood. But for the life of me, I could not get my log splitter started. I changed the fuel in it, changed the spark plug, changed the oil, put hydraulic fluid in it, but I could not get it to start. Now, as long as I poured gas directly into the carburetor, it would run. But for some reason, and I'm getting gas to my shutoff valve and I'm getting gas to the carburetor, for some reason it just ain't starting. So after messing with it for about 3 hours yesterday, I came to the conclusion it's either a carburetor or one of the emergency shutoff switches are not working correctly, in which case I'm not going to be here long enough to fix all that. So I took it to the small engine repair shop that was in town, and he said he should have it up and running in a couple days. So the next thing, if you remember last time, we took the load, when we used the loader, it started overheating on us, and antifreeze came pouring out of the loader. So I had a guy come look at it. He went over it and he determined that it was just the radiator cap that was bad on it. Well, it took us 2 or 3 weeks to try to find the radiator cap. It's a special, well actually I don't know if it's special or not, but it's actually bigger around than a standard radiator cap. I called around, had my cousin calling around, had the guy that was working on the loader calling around trying to find a radiator cap. We finally found one that fit. We put it in. They let it run for a while and it didn't overheat. And it's been idling now for over a half hour and it's still not overheating. So we think that's fixed. Alright, so since we can't split wood like we came here to do, we're going to work on this pile too. You can see there's a lot of logs in there that would be good for firewood. And we want to pull them out of there, and we're going to attempt to burn this brush pile tonight. So we're going to get a chain, just hook up to the logs, pull them out, and we'll stack them over there behind where the loader is now. And we will show you a little bit of that as we're pulling the logs out and as we're dragging them over there. And after we get this done, we'll come back and we'll talk about the well.
Now, I have things on my to-do list for us to do. We got to organize some things in the barn and clean some stuff up. But somehow my to-do item list always get put at the bottom of the list and never seem to get done. So hopefully there'll be some time for some of that this weekend, the next 2 days as well. We'll see. bring you back when there's more to see.
Well, you can see behind us we got the fire going. Kris is complaining her front was hot, so now we had to turn around and warm up her back.
But now my front's cold.
So I want to back step a little bit to the loader. You hear that echoing?
I do hear an echo. That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bouncing off the barn.
Yeah, I don't know. But we ran the loader for about 3 hours and it started running hot again. I don't know. Apparently it wasn't the
Radiator cap.
radiator cap. So if you have any ideas what it might be, post them in the comments.
Please.
So we're going to talk about the well a little bit now. We talked to the guy, it was about 2 weeks
Before Christmas.
before Christmas? Is that when it was?
There was at least 2 Mondays before Christmas.
Okay. And we talked to him. He came out and talked to us, and he said that he would drill us another well for just the cost of his materials. He will pull the liner back out of this well and reuse the same well. So we're thinking that the materials ain't going to cost us all that much.
Not compared to a whole new well. No, definitely not.
That echo is really bothering me. That's weird. Never heard it here before.
No.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with the well. He was actually saying he was going to get to it before Christmas, but I had told him if it rained, don't try to get back here because it gets real muddy. And
It rained.
The weather has not been cooperating with us now. And I don't know if you can see behind Chris's left a little bit, all the mud on the driveway, but our road, it's just really muddy back here. Actually, me and my son Ethan came back here 2 weeks ago. Well, not quite 2 weeks ago.
Tomorrow will be 2 weeks.
And we was going to do some work here. We got here, it was so muddy. I mean, we turned around and went home.
Yeah, you guys didn't even go in the camper because you're like, whew, we'll get mud everywhere.
Yeah, it was just everything was so muddy, and we ended up getting a little bit of firewood, took it back with us, and we left.
But yeah, today I'm constantly, and yesterday, constantly scraping off my shoes because they're getting heavy because of all the mud. So yeah, definitely him bringing the big equipment back for the well machines, because I know he has 2 big vehicles that he has to bring back.
So the new well location, we're hoping we can get it behind the barn. That's where we originally wanted it, but all this wasn't cleared out then when we had the well drilled, and he said he wouldn't drive back here. But
I mean, we didn't have cleared out where the brush pile is burning right now.
yeah, all this, everything from that brush pile behind you guys where the barn is, that was all weeds and grass and trees. And
That's right. That's right. When he dug that well, so drilled that well. So
the place where we actually drilled the well, that was our third choice, because we was wanting it over there on the edge of the wood line for our second choice. And then our third choice was where we have it now. He couldn't get to the woods line either because it was so, we hadn't had it cleared out yet, and the terrain was all bumpy like this, and he said no. But now our first choice is behind the barn, our second choice is on the wood line. So he said he will make one of those 2 places work. We're crossing our fingers hoping it's behind the barn.
it would be so much more convenient if it was behind the barn. Then you don't have to worry about where you're driving, turning around, hitting it.
Yep.
But the wood line even would be much more convenient than
Where we have it now.
where we have it at right now. It's in the middle of everything. But I would rather have that have worked.
Yes, me too.
But that's not where we're at.
So our plan is when we drill it, if it goes behind either place, we're going to dig the trench up that went to the well, there's a T right over here that feeds off the line and goes to the well. We're going to take out that, one of two things. We're going to if we put it behind the barn, we'll take out that T and put in an elbow to keep the other lines still water. Pull out the 1-inch line going to the well and reuse it behind the barn. If we have to put it here, we just got to spin that T around the other way and then run it to the new well. Right?
I don't know how that would work.
Well,
I'm
right
not,
now the T is going this way. We just have to flip it that way.
It's a T.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. I don't know.
So if it's facing this way right now, we flip it over to that way.
Oh, that's the bottom end of the T.
Yep.
I thought that was one of the cross pieces of the T.
No.
Okay, then that makes sense. I thought it was one of the cross pieces of the T. Flipping it that way wouldn't make a difference.
No, we take the pointy end and flip it
Gotcha.
over.
Going that way. That makes a difference.
Yep. Well, I think that's all we're going to talk about today, guys. That's just what we're up to. We haven't been doing a whole lot of work here with the holidays and
Not having a log splitter.
not having a loader,
Not having a loader.
no water.
But maybe some things on my list will get done tomorrow.
Maybe.
Cross my fingers.
But what else was I going to say? I think we won't be here at all for the next week because they're calling for it to be extremely cold. So we'll probably just stay home and get some stuff done there.
Got plenty to do there too.
Well, that's gonna be it, guys. Of course, we'll say happy. Well, you guys won't see this after New Year's, but this is New Year's Eve, so happy New Year's,
Happy New Year.
and we'll catch y'all next time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe you didn't like the video, but you're just like me.
For me.
Give it a thumbs up. And until next time, y'all have a great day.